You sleep, you rest, you take breaks, and yet you still feel tired. That's because the problem is not the lack of rest. The problem is how your energy is being used. So most people, they are not physically exhausted. They are mentally and cognitively drained. That's because the body, maybe it is resting. Maybe you are sleeping enough. Maybe you are eating enough, but then you feel always tired, you feel always exhausted. It's because the outside vessel is okay, it's not doing something, maybe it's resting. But what about what is it inside? The nervous system, the mind, the brain, that is never resting because there is always some kind of consumption, some kind of stimulation. The mind is always doing something. Try to think about how can I get this and that, not in this present moment, in the future moment, or maybe we are thinking about memories in the past. There is never anymore a moment where you are really resting. And that is why most people and most men nowadays, they feel tired all the time. Yeah, we can mask the thing that, yes, no, we are good, we are strong, we are doing the thing, yes, but what about inside? Because I was the same, like, you can have that mask in the outside world, but then within, how are you really feeling? This is what I'm talking about. How are you really feeling inside? Are you really resting? Are you really doing things not just because you have to and you need to put pressure on it? You see, there is an entire nervous system to take care of first, of the outside body. The ego is what the flesh and bones is connected to that. What the inside, your light, your spirit, that is what you have to take care of. If you are feeling tired all the time and exhausted, this is what will give you what you are actually seeking and needing. You need time for yourself, alone, in silence, in the nature, no sound, no music, and you have to quiet your mind for at least 2 hours every day. Because when you go to sleep, you think you are resting, but if every time that you awake, your mind is always running around doing many things, there is no way that you're gonna get that peace and that restfulness and that ultra energy at all the time. Because when you are awake, your mind is always going on. There is always something that you are doing. And when it's business as work, you are doing that. And when it's not, you are on the phone or on the computer, watching something, consuming something, doing other things, speaking with other people. There is never time for the mind to be quiet. And that's why you feel always, it doesn't matter what you do to take care of your body, somehow it's not enough. You feel that deep down you want more energy, you want to feel less tired in general, you want less exhaustion, you want more clarity. And the only way to achieve that on a daily basis without failing and with ease, in a way that you can finally, once for all, rest completely your body, mind, and spirit, and really perform, even at minimum level, but as the maximum potential of your human being. Otherwise, again, you don't want to stay in a. Is it worth it to really to stay in that state of always thinking on having something? It's not healthy. You cannot go to sleep with the phone and wake up with the phone. The first hours when you wake and the first and the last hours of the day before, you cannot allow anything, anyone to do that to you, because it's going to ruin anything that you are trying to, not even to do and to achieve, but to be. The basic state of being is going to be compromised. I'm going to repeat that again. The basic state of being a human is going to be compromised if you don't know how to quiet the mind, quiet the thoughts, and take care of your nervous system. Okay. There are, and I will explain, deep breathing setup in sacred meditation setups that you can do. There's some symbols that you can visualize. But before that, I want you to go in that not once in a week, because this is where people they don't understand. It's not once every in a while. No, it's a new lifestyle of yours. We've been living in. I talk a lot about building systems to automate our life and live as architect of our life. At the same time, we live and we've been born in a system that is not allowing us to fulfill our potentials, to be in a state of constant creativity, energy, at full health. So you cannot think that you're gonna get in a state that you are rested, that you have clarity, energy, focus, all the natural motivation that you don't need any outside input. You just have it, okay? That hunger, that fire inside you. You need to understand that that is not possible if you don't do something different, if you don't change the environment, even if it's not immediately the location, but what is surrounding yourself is determining the energy that you have, the things that you consume, the things that you do, the people that you speak with. And you don't want to compromise that. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Again, you might be a man starting a business, having a business, making a shit ton of money, but at some point it's not about, again, making money, or it's about business or making an impact. It's about being at peace first, being in a rested state where we have full energy at all times, and we don't are in a constant state of consumption or constant state of consuming information, doing something, output of energy. There is not never a moment where energy is there for it to expand naturally without effort. This took me a while to get it, especially for people that are very ambitious. They want to do many things at the same time. They want to make an impact. They want to create a good life for themselves and their loved ones. They want to create a legacy. This is There is nothing that you can do or achieve if you are not in that constant state of the best self, the best feeling of being who you are at all times. It's At some point you're gonna get distortion, burnout, chaos, suffering at some point. Or you're gonna have that feeling deep down that we all know that feeling. Men, they know the feeling deep down that something is missing, something is not right. And we try to cover with things. So we try to do things, this and that, buy things, buy that, put ourselves in situation. We say, put yourself doing something, something will help, which is true. But we have to learn, and you have to learn how to sometimes stop. Don't try to put yourself in any energy. Control your energy, understand your energy, and expand it effortlessly. In that way, you're gonna rest anything that is any single self and piece of energy that is in your physical vessel and a light vessel is gonna be healed, is gonna be upgraded, and you're gonna be always in that state that I call the God self state. It's a very powerful one, and any man can achieve that. Any man can achieve that, but you must become an architect of what you do. You cannot allow distortion. You cannot allow your mind to be always here and there. It is yours by right. You cannot allow external forces to take it out of you. You cannot do that. That is the end of it. It's the end. Okay. So since I know that many people, many men, even if they don't want to say out loud, they deep inside they bury this truth, and I know that it's more easy to say than to actually do it. I've been practicing a sacred setup every single morning that allows me to have that mental clarity. No noise, no. It doesn't matter what I'm doing or building or any. That nothing matters until I have the clarity in my energy of the day, until I get my momentum. That it doesn't matter what happened in the day. I already won the day. I'm done. Okay, I want today be done in the first 3 4 hours. That's the best energy. It's mine. It's nobody else. Nobody's gonna steal it. Okay, and I've been following this protocol for quite a while now, and it is life changing. It is life changing, and I have created a smaller version of it. It's you can find it in the link in bio. It's free, and you start from there. You start from there. You set up your morning in a certain way. Do exactly what is inside. I made it on purpose, so you can start from the morning, and then bit by bit you master the day, the week, month by month. Okay, so this was quite some knowledge. Take care of your rest, take care of your body, take care of your mind. Otherwise, life is gonna sweep out of your hands. Always doing something here and there, pam, 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 pam. Never quite down. Years goes, life is fast. You don't have only one life, huh? At the same time, the best state is the state of stillness, the state of no mind. That is when you really are at peace, with clarity, rest. And from that state, you can achieve anything that you want. And you can be anything that you want to be at the best of the energy possible, right? So understand the pattern that is making you go out of the rail, adjust, and you're gonna be fine. Start with the morning reset. For this transmission, it is all, brother. It's been a pleasure. Stay in peace, stay aligned, and I'll see you in the next transmission.